Hey, hey, this is Tad Nabil from Nobody Told Me About It, and we're talking to you today from Las Vegas, Nevada, at InfoTech Live here in sunny Las Vegas, and we've had a great first day of presentations and speeches and demonstrations and proofs of concept. So, Nabil, tell me, like. One thing that came up, I think, quite a bit today was like the position of the CIO. Like, what can you tell me about what some people are saying about that role these days?
Great starting point. That the CIO position pretty much is evolving and changing as we speak. The CIO of 2 years ago or so is probably not as relevant as the new CIO, being most of technology or business today is AI driven.
And so the CIO, that role used to just be an IT-focused position, but people are now looking at that role as a growth opportunity into other C-suite positions, like even CEO or COO.
Right. No, you're exactly right. It's really uniquely positioned because usually the chief marketing officer is not talking to the CFO. The CFO is not talking to the COO, but the CIO is talking to all departments. They're having meetings, they're talking about technology for them, how AI can help them, how security can, safeguard their finances and stuff. So the CIO is uniquely positioned now, not from a tech position, but from a business position to really drive value. And if I could say one more thing.
Sure.
So I've heard from 2 CIOs so far that have mentioned that 2 years ago, the conversations that they're having today were not even on the radar. And so that also makes the position more difficult. And the nice things about consultants like you and I, fractional CIOs, is that not only do you have to stay on top of the trends, but we're uniquely positioned in the fact that you work with some nonprofit organizations, you work with maybe some law firms, some healthcare organizations. I work with some security companies, I work with finance companies. And as consultants, not only are we just trying to, keep up with AI and where it's going, but where it goes, in particular, where it's headed, particularly to clients uniquely in the positions of nonprofit, of for-profit, public companies that are on the stock market and stuff like that. So something that you and I are lucky to have is that we're fractional CIOs, not just one position.
And that gives us a broader view of the technology needs of our organization, not just our organizations that we work with, not just from their industry perspective and the silos and limited field of view that they may have based on that vertical, but also from what's best practice across a number of verticals and bringing that learning to these organizations.
Thank you for bringing that home.
So, Nabil, tell me, what's in the role of AI product development? Where is data in that life cycle?
So, 2024 and maybe last year, but people were just throwing AI on top of their businesses, not looking at data. And it's really important to say this, but it's got to be data first. You got to have a data governance plan first. You slap AI on top of that. We all heard the garbage in, garbage out, but that's not, we used to say garbage in, garbage out when it comes to like a prompt on an LLM. But now we're serious. If your data is garbage and you're throwing AI on top of there, throwing Claude on top of there, throwing Copilot on top of there, you don't even know what's out there. You don't know if the CFO's username and passwords to all of their financial software is sitting on some SharePoint drive and things like that. So more than ever, the most important part is that you really got to get your data cleaned up and audited way before you throw AI on top of it.
So that's data governance, that's data loss prevention, that's data optimization, like you said, cleaning and optimizing and limiting the access or the exfiltration ability of your data.
Yeah, and I've met about 3 vendors here so far that have got really nice AI tools that will plug into your environment. You got to do your due diligence with these companies, but that will tap in and it will give you an AI report of where it finds potential conflict for you to quickly identify.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we've talked about the CIO, we've talked about the data. What else are you seeing in terms of how organizations should be positioning themselves for the AI future that we're all like dealing with right now?
So your and I's forte is slow down and don't fall for the hype. You and I, we're just really careful about leading the people the right direction. I know you turn on the radio and it's panic, panic, panic. And you and I, what we like to specialize in is let's break this down for you. But one thing I will say is you do need to hurry up in one area, and that's to find your middle path. You can't be, they've been coining it left and right here, the CIO No, and where the CIO just says no to everything, no AI, no nothing. And you can't be the CIO Yes.
Well, why can't you be CIO No?
Well, you're preventing yourself. Good question. You're preventing yourself from evolving. You're literally doing two problems. You're allowing competition to proceed, but worse, you're creating a bigger security problem than ever before. Because if you, Todd, really find AI useful and I blocked it for you, and you really want to use it, what are you potentially going to do?
I'm going to do it on my own.
On your own, with your own tool.
With your data.
Yeah,
with our
my
company's data on my own.
Yeah.
Because you said no.
Yeah.
Well, then conversely, what's wrong with CIO Yes?
So the problem with CIO Yes is the Wild West, which you and I have talked about before in other episodes, is, yes to everything, yes to OpenClaw. Yeah, go ahead and install OpenClaw on a Apple Mac desktop and just let it run overnight. And we saw what happened to Replit with the one person. He was an influencer, and it ended up taking over at night. And every time he would come back to work, he would find a bunch of work done. And he was saying, "Wait, stop working. Only do it when I do." And it would not listen to him. And so, like, you're doing all these things. And so, saying yes, being the CI, yes, is you're going to. You're probably going to head down a quicker road to destruction than the CI No guy. Both are wrong. But the point of this is what you do need to be in a hurry for is to find your middle path. Hurry up, find that middle path. Find a way to say yes. Find a way to be the CIS, but with And
so
then,
yes,
but.
and.
Oh, yes, and.
Is
Thank
the
you.
more,
yes, and.
Is the more encouraging.
Yes, because we want to find, the answer is always going to be yes. We just need to find a way to get there responsibly.
Awesome. So Nabil, like the other thing that we keep hearing about is like how AI is going to be a job killer. And that's in the popular media. Like AI is coming for all our jobs, and the only safe job to have is like plumber. So tell me, like, what are we hearing at the conference?
So jobs is like the hottest topic. Everyone's worried about their jobs, and so InfoTech begs to differ. They're saying in the next 2 years, they don't see jobs being replaced. Actually, they see AI augmenting positions. When it comes to 5 to 10 years from now, no one can really talk about that because we don't know the future of AI 5 to 10 years from now because, it changes every 3 months.
But the pipeline now, the pressures now people are seeing is not that these are going to be job killers, that they are going to actually enhancers. Like you're going to be more efficient. Yeah. Because you're two people performing the job of one person now.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, bang for the buck there. Yes. So and they're saying, so actually it's created new positions too, new opportunities. So that's another thing. And so, but companies, business leaders like you guys shouldn't be looking to replace employees anyway. They should be looking to repurpose employees. So if 60% of one person's job is free, that you shouldn't be looking to get rid of that person. You should be looking to repurpose and getting, like you said.
What more could they do? What more could they accomplish now that they're not spending all day rewriting the same documentation or whatever it is the quote unquote menial task that the AI is now doing for them?
Because of institutional knowledge.
Yes.
Which AI doesn't have.
It does not. Yes.
Yeah. So what I got.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. Cool.